Hello. I actually did call my ISP after the morning stream to try to see if there's anything they could do, and they said, yes, they have noticed outages, but there's pretty much nothing they can do until it's fixed, and I guess it didn't get fixed, so. Hello, everybody. I'm just gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna try not to let myself get down. I don't know if you guys can hear, but... yeah, that's really bad. The internet. So, right off the bat, I'm looking at this computer, and this is not something that I built, and it's not something that I've ever used. I do not know where it came from. Slap sort of PC. I know it's old because it's got a slot for a CD drive. It's got a slot for a CD drive. It's missing its power supply unit. It's missing its power supply unit. The I/O shield is intact. I see a graphics card inside of it, so it looks like most of it. Oh my god! It pretty atrocious fan setup. Pretty atrocious fan setup. Not great. If I had to guess, okay. If I had to guess, I might have found this computer in the trash. I might have found this computer in the trash, and I had planned to maybe disassemble it and scrap it for parts a while ago. I don't recall ever doing that. It might have been a couple of years ago. Yeah, I might have found this computer in the trash, and then I took it home with the intention of seeing if there was any good parts inside of it, and then I forgot about it. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. I don't know the brand of this case. Am I allowed to talk about like brands and stuff like that? I'm gonna do it anyways. I feel like it's okay, right? I'm very picky when it comes to my PC parts, and so like I only buy 3 brands of computer cases, you know? And this is not one of them. I actually don't know what brand this is even. It's like it looks like the symbol of the Protoss. I wonder if there's any like cracked like detectives among the Vespies. It looks like it looks kind of like the Protoss symbol. It looks kind of like the Protoss symbol, but I don't know what brand of case this is. It's definitely not an Alienware. It's definitely not an Alienware. It's like 2 Protoss symbols that are like positioned so they look like wings. I don't know. Yeah, the StarCraft Protoss. Yeah, for ire. For ire. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna jump right into it because we've got a limited amount of time. This is not. I have higher standards than this. I would not build a PC like this because this is pretty garbage. Let's go. So we're gonna go ahead and unscrew the thumb screws and open both panels. I don't know if you guys can hear. Actually, by my own decision, I decided not to do a hand cam because I've never done a hand cam before, so I would like advice and maybe like a practice go, you know? I think, I very much dislike winging things, you know? I don't like winging things. I like to do like a practice run and then have people give feedback and stuff like that. I'm kind of like the opposite of Axel in that respect, right? So I don't want to do a hand cam until I've done a little bit of practice. And the other option I had instead of a hand cam, I actually have an ASMR mic. I was thinking of doing like a computer scrapping ASMR, but again, I don't want to do that until I have like a practice run, right? You know? Okay, so oh, this is awful. Oh, it's an ITX build. Oh my god. This is a tiny water cooling unit. What is this? A water cooling unit for ants? What is this? This is like a 140 millimeter radiator. Like, who builds a radiator this small? What do you mean is this? At least it has one? Yeah, this is not This is not something. No. No. And like the snake, the jumble of garbage. Is this? Is this the Wi-Fi antennas? Like, why is it inside of the computer case? And it's hooked up. This is the Wi-Fi antenna, and it's hooked up, and it's inside of the case. What kind of insane person built this computer? What? This is insanity. This isn't baseball. This is madness. Okay, so we're removing the Wi-Fi antenna on the cables. We're gonna go ahead and oh my god, this is awful. I can't believe you've done this. What even is this fan setup? What even is this? Do you guys want to know my method for setting up like cooling fans in a case? I like, so there's intake and then there's exhaust fans, right? I like one more intake fan than exhaust fans. So I want more air going into my computer than going out. And I find that it's a little bit less ideal for total temperatures, but there's almost no difference. And it prevents dust from like accumulating in your case. Yeah. That's how I prefer it. This person clearly did not give a shit. So there's dust everywhere, and they didn't set up the fan. Like, why is the liquid cooling radiator in the front of the case? You absolute madman. Why would you do that? The front of the case is where most of the intake should be. Why would you put the radiator, like, you're insane. An insane person built this computer. What in tarnation? Okay. All right, how am I going to deal with this? Like, how do is there a way to like take off the top? Okay, let's just start unplugging stuff. We're going to start unplugging stuff and then we'll deal with it. Yeah. Ugh. Can you guys hear this? I hope I'm not making like sussy noises. You're insane. Okay. This is madness. Okay. It's just a snake's nest of garbage. How even? Okay. I guess I just need to like move around to the other side. Remove this case. Okay. Alright. It's a EVGA. It's an EVGA GPU, which I approve of. EVGA is one of my preferred. I like Asus and EVGA for my video cards, so I approve of that. It's a GTX 1050. It's a GTX 1050, which makes sense for an ITX build. It makes sense for an ITX build, right? You don't want to put like a, you don't want to put like a 1080 or even like a 1070 into an ITX build. Like, it's just, you're gonna have a bad time, right? Let's go ahead and take out the GPU. Okay, GPU's off. What? Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, it's dusty. This GPU was struggling. Oh man, it's just like caked with dust. The heatsink on the inside. Underneath the shroud, I see that there's just a ton of dust. It's I see somebody asking what GPU. It is an EVGA GeForce GTX 1050. GTX 1050. It's a very short card that doesn't require like an external power source, so good choice for a build like this. Okay, we're unplugging stuff. Get in there. Man, this is just like awful cable management. Good God. Is there a way to take off the top? How would you even like install this? So definitely, okay. I probably wouldn't use this GPU. For those of you that don't like, for those of you that aren't like obsessive compulsive builders, it's good to have like a full set. It's good to have a full set of usable like hardware, right? So like if one of your main computers is on the fritz and you need to troubleshoot, what I like to do is I like to swap out like pieces, right? I like to swap out pieces. So like I'll swap out the RAM, see if it starts up. I'll swap out the GPU, see if it starts up. And then you can easily identify like what the issue is, right? Yeah. I already have a test GPU, so I probably wouldn't use this. I think I'm gonna scrap it, maybe give it to someone. I don't know. This is not great. a GTX 1050 will not be running, for example, Apex. You won't be able to run Apex on 1080 with this thing. Maybe 1080 low and it would still kind of chug. So I don't think this is like a usable GPU for anybody. Yeah, I don't really know what I would do with it. A 1050 in this economy. A GTX 1050 giveaway. I wonder if my manager would allow me to do that. Would you guys want a GTX 1050 giveaway? What would you do with it? What would you even do with it? All right, let's check the RAM next. I want to get actually. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to gain. All right, so the layout of this ATX motherboard is horizontal. I don't think I've ever built a computer with like a horizontal motherboard layout. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Normally the motherboard is vertically like laid out in the case, right? Normally it's vertically, you know, like this is horizontal in the case, and I don't exactly know how I'm supposed to. There must be a way to like take off the top. Let me check. I think there might be, yeah, I'm unscrewing. Oh, whatever. I'm like tossing this thing in the garbage after anyways. I think I might be able to take off the top of the case. We're unscrewing it. Get in there. Am I still dropping frames? I don't know. I'm just gonna pretend I'm not, for the sake of my mental health. Is this fully disconnected? I think it is. Yeah, we can remove this. Okay. Occasional stutter? Yeah. Unfortunately, it's ISP end. It's definitely not any of my home network. That's the issue. There's not really much I can do about that. I apologize. Let's go ahead and unscrew this. I think I could take the top of the computer off. Okay. So I had a long-term plan for streams like this, you know? I had a long-term plan for streams like this. I actually am quite addicted to YouTube videos where people take the gold and silver, mostly gold. People take the gold parts off of the PCBs, right? They take the gold like parts off of the PCBs of computer hardware, and then they like chemically separate the gold from the, you know, from the circuit board. They chemically separate the gold from the circuit board, and then they melt it using a blowtorch and a crucible into like a little lump of gold. Yeah, I had this idea that I would I would like scrounge around for maybe 15 to 20 computers and then just disassemble them, and then, you know, turn them into like little gold nuggets and then give them to the members of Tempus. What do you guys think? Nope. This thing is, what is it? Is it gonna? All right, so this thing comes off, I think. Oh, there's a lot of dust. There's a lot of dust. Are you gonna disassemble? Yeah. Are Are you not? Is there something holding you in place? It feels like it. Can I be a bit rough? Yeah, okay. Alright. Okay. Can I open the top? Open the top. This looks like... Masks are pretty ubiquitous these days. I throw one on. Yeah, maybe I should. It's very dusty, and I don't know where this PC's been. Pretty filthy. Unfortunately, I don't think I can... Just like a stupid... How am I going to disassemble this thing? I'm not going to end the stream until it's disassembled. That's a promise. How am I going to do this with such insanely terrible working space? How am I going to do this? Well, with hammer. I guess because I'm scrapping it and I'm like gonna crush the PCB into little pieces and then chemically separate the gold from the PCB. There's no need to be gentle, right? But even when he doesn't need to be, your Uncle Vesper is gentle, if nothing else. Okay, let's check out the RAM. That is really bad. Oh, I'm back. Apologies, everybody. I'm looking at the RAM right now. DDR3, 1600, cast latency 24. My God. Why would you even buy cast latency 24 RAM? I don't know. 4 gigabytes each, so it's a 8 gigabytes. Team group. Team is decent. Team is not bad. No, not 2 gigabytes. It's 4 each, so it's 8 total. It's 8 gigabytes of RAM. It's DDR3, so there's no use for it. This is absolutely useless. I'll definitely pull the gold out of it, but older than I expected. Yeah, I saw the pre-chat where people were expecting incredibly old because I'm old, right? Right. They were expecting. Do you know what a PATA cable is? Do you know what a PATA cable is? Not SATA. SATA is the newer one. SATA is the newer one. It's PATA, the PATA cables. Do you guys remember that? Any boomers in chat that remember PATA cables? It's not that old. I think I have one of those back at the old family house. Yeah, the parallel cables, the IDE cables. Yep. They're like really thick ribbon cables. Yeah, like candy ribbon, like sour ribbons and stuff like that. Yeah. You guys have no idea how good you have it. It used to be so much worse. Let's go ahead and try to remove the water cooling from the... I'm actually kind of curious. I want to know what I want to know... Can I remove that? I'm curious as to what CPU this thing is rocking, you know? Oof. This is a Corsair AIO like liquid cooler. This might be like one of the earliest generation of AIO coolers because this radiator is way too small. I don't think any modern AIO set uses a radiator this small because it's not actually going to... Does it have a VGA card? Yes. It had an EVGA GT... What is it? GTX? GTX 1050? Yeah. If I do another one of these, I'll try to do a hand cam. Yeah, or at least like you know. Oh my God. Okay. So we're Gonna remove it. Do you guys have any personal opinions on air cooling versus liquid cooling? GTX 1050 isn't super old, but it's like 2017. Yeah, my gut feeling is that this person probably was incrementally like upgrading parts. I need to look at the CPU before making a decision on like what type of computer this is. Like, okay, so I've removed the contact part of the water cooling unit. It's been removed. What in tarnation? Okay, how am I gonna remove the case? I might need. Can my screwdriver even like fit in there? It can. Okay. Let's go ahead and just remove what we can. Liquid is kind of scary. Liquid is good as long as the radiator isn't small. Yeah, the radiator needs to be huge. Like, I'd say minimum like 240. A 240 radiator, I think, would do the trick. You can't do like this is like a 140, you know? It's gonna be loud as hell. It's not gonna cool better than air cooling, you know? Yeah, the liquid cooling requires more maintenance. There's more parts that can fail. If you're just looking at like pure like cooling performance, I do agree that like a good AIO like liquid cooler will do at least a little bit better, right? Than air cooling. My current work computer that I built just for HOLOSTARS activities uses Noctua D15, which is, in my opinion, the best air cooler. It's the best air cooler. It's not as good as the best liquid coolers, but like it can keep up. It can keep up, you know? And it's simpler, there's less moving parts. It's just I think the boomer in me is just like go for something that's simpler even if it doesn't work quite as well. I'm not here to like min-max, you know? Okay. Oh goddamn. What is this? The cable routing is just atrocious, man. It's just really bad. Okay, so how do I remove the how do I remove the radiator? Maybe from the other end, but how do I pop out the front? I pop out the front like that. Okay. What CPU is the control computer? That's right. I should check. We're gonna unhook the latch. We are now removing the CPU. Are you guys ready for the reveal? Are you guys interested? I want to see like predictions. Can you give me predictions on what CPU you think? The GPU was a GTX 1050. What do you think this CPU is? AMD, Intel, what I see it. I see what it is. Oh my god, it's pretty old. This confirms my theory that this computer was probably like partially upgraded at some point with like newer parts. Some good guesses here. Not quite that old. It's an Intel Core i5 3350P. It's an Intel Core i5 3350P. So it's a third generation. Is it third or fourth? I think it's a fourth generation. I think it's a third generation. Yeah, it's a third generation Intel Core i5. Pretty old. What is third generation? Like 2010? 2010, I think? 2009? 2013? It's not 2013. Really? 2012? Okay, I guess I'm wrong. So for those of you that don't know, at the end of like the core series, the letter, the P, it denotes something, right? Like the K is usually unlocked. I think T is lower TDP, like lower wattage. What is P? I've never seen P at the end of an Intel chip. Can anybody tell me what the P at the end of a core like what does it denote? I know what K and T means, but I don't know what P means. Like, I've never... It stands for Pecora! It stands for PogChamp. You freaking trolls. I'm asking for information. I don't claim to know... Like, I only have very general knowledge about, like, computer hardware, you know? It stands for computer. It stands for potato. No on-die video. I think that was the actual one. Like, in a sea of trolls. P used to mean without an integrated GPU. Did Intel ever make integrated GPU CPUs? Did Intel ever do that? I thought only AMD tried to do that, and it was ass. It was absolute garbage. Do you remember after Phenom 2, but before Ryzen, AMD tried to do like an integrated, they tried to go all in on integrated CPU GPUs, and like they were like not good, right? What was that? What was it called? I think it was like FM2 or something like that. It was like socket FM2, and it was like really bad. It was like really, really bad. So it's a third generation Intel. So 2012, 2013 CPU, and then the GPU is from 2017, 2016. So definitely the person who owned this computer upgraded the GPU like after the build, right? Socket 1155, yeah. Anyways, there's a fair amount of gold on this sucker, so we're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that, and we're gonna move on. How are we doing on time? Halfway through? Not bad, not bad. Now I need to figure out how the heck am I gonna uninstall the radiator. Ugh, there's dust everywhere. Oh, there's dust. Disgusting. Ugh. I'm breathing in an unknown person's dead skin cells. It sends a shiver down my spine. What is this? Don't eat the dust. It's for the content. You guys don't understand. It's for the content. I'm trying to entertain you. We're gonna remove the radiator next. There's a question I wanted to ask you. For the people that enjoy building their own PCs, was there a program or a video game that got you into building a computer? There was definitely a game that got me into building computers, and that was Final Fantasy XI. But I'm wondering if you guys had like, you know, like a game that was like, I have to build a computer for this game, and then you did it, and then you never really looked back. Team Fortress 2, RuneScape, Rome Total War, nice. Crysis 2, Fallout 4, Skyrim, League of Legends. That's a good one right there. Crysis, Assassin's Creed 4. I wanted a PC for art. My dad forced me to build my own. That's a good dad right there. Probably never gonna have kids, but if I do, I'll force them to build their own computers. I won't buy them one. I'll just force them to build it, you know? Because then maybe they'll take care of it better, right? Is that too boomer? Okay. 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 The water cooling unit, the liquid cooling unit is now removed and disassembled. What model is this? I don't know anything about liquid cooling, okay? I actually don't know anything because I've never bought one and I've never assembled one, right? So maybe I could figure out what... Oh, it's disgusting. There's no model number on this thing? My crops, please. There's no model number on this thing? Okay, here. I got a serial number. It's a Corsair CW 9060008WW. That doesn't sound like the actual model number. It's a very small radiator. It's an AIO, yeah. Thunder, this is definitely, for those of you that don't know, AIO means all in one. It means, because, alright, so back in ancient times, water cooling was kind of like, kind of the cool thing that like all the kids wanted when they were building a computer for Counter-Strike, right? And water cooling required you to separately like buy the pump, the like the tubes, and then like yeah. And a lot of stuff could go wrong while you were doing it. An AIO liquid cooling unit is all in one. It's sealed, like everything is set up already. You just need to bolt the radiator into the case and then you know, screw the contact point like onto your CPU. AIOs are like really cool. I approve, you know, but did anybody manage to figure it out? Hydro Series 108 H80i? Is it garbage? Any water cooling chads? Any water cooling enthusiasts? Can you tell me whether this is garbage or not? My gut instinct says it's garbage because the radiator is way too small. I don't think this could properly cool any modern CPU, you know? First generation, it's mid. All AIO, they're the same. Yeah, I try not to give personal opinions that'll like piss people off, you know? Just because I don't think AIOs are bad. They're just not for me, but, you know? What did Axel say? Axel, what did you say? Do you need a bonk? Yeah, any AIO smaller than 240 millimeters is trash. I would kind of agree with that. What did you say, Axel? What did you say? What did Axel say? Am I gonna have to bonk him? That's too hard. Just buy an expensive computer, man. Listen, Axel. You young whippersnapper, you being a young whippersnapper might not be able to understand the satisfaction of building a tool that you're going to use yourself, right? If you want to be a pro gamer, Axel, if you want to be a pro gamer, you have to know the tools that you're using to become a pro gamer, right? When we meet up, it might take a while for us to meet up, but when we meet up, I'm gonna force you to build a computer. I'm gonna force you to build I'm not gonna keep that. I'm gonna throw that away. I'm gonna force you to build a computer, and then after you've built it and you've learned a valuable lesson, I'll let you keep it. It's gonna be like the Karate Kid. It's gonna be like the Karate Kid where Mr. Miyagi forced Ralph Macchio to restore a car, and then after he restored the car, he gave him the car as a gift. We're gonna have an arc. We're gonna have an arc where I force you to build your own computer and learn self-reliance and you know, improve yourself a little bit. And then after you've done that, I'll give you the computer as a gift, you know? We're gonna have a Karate Kid moment, like an original Karate Kid moment. Is his name Ralph Macchio? I actually don't know. I actually don't know. Might be kind of a short stream tonight. I don't really have anything planned after I've like scrapped this computer, and I feel like I'm at the end game already. I've removed the heatsink. I've removed pretty much all of the fans. I've removed the GPU. I've removed the RAM. There's not really much left, you know? Keep in mind that if this was my own build, I could probably disassemble a computer in about like 15 minutes, like 10 to 15 minutes, because I know how to do cable management, and I know I set things up properly so that if I need to, I could disassemble it properly. Did you this absolute barbarian. This absolute barbarian secured the wiring cables for the fans. You know when you go to a grocery store and you buy vegetables, you buy like lettuce. You buy lettuce and it's like secured with like a twist tie. It's like blue and white and has wire in it. This absolute mad lad. Who is It's like I'm having a fever dream. Like, why would you? Did they just like run out of twist ties and they just like went with whatever they had was in their house? They're insane. Like, why would you do that? Why would you secure the cables in your PC with a grocery zip tie? You're insane. Oh my god. I don't understand. You're fucking crazy. I try not to curse, but this is a moment where I should be cursing. Whoever built this computer, you're fucking insane. Just go to Walmart and buy zip ties. Like, what is it? What is wrong with you? Tweet a photo? If I remember, I will. I'm kind of tired, so I might like sleep it off first. But if I remember to, all right. We're removing all the fans. Oh my god, this cable management is just so bad. Just get out, get out. All right. Okay. This fan. One more fan. Where's my screwdriver? Where's my screwdriver? My screwdriver ran away because it doesn't want to touch this. Oh, there it is. Yeah. It's hiding from me. My screwdriver doesn't want to touch this computer anymore, so it's like trying to hide from me. Before scrapping, I want a photo. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. They used grocery like twist ties to secure the cables. Photo would be cool. You have to be careful with photos, right? You have to be careful with photos. That's something that I take very seriously, right? So all fans have been... What is this? What is this madness? Get out of here. Alright. Fans are out. All fans are out. It's pretty much just a motherboard now. What is this? This is from the water cooling unit. It's pretty much just a motherboard left. Now, how am I going to unscrew this sucker? I guess I can do it that way. Yeah. Oh, you idiot. You didn't... Alright, so you can't over-tighten the screws on a motherboard, but it shouldn't be this loose. This imbecile probably also had a screwdriver that was a little bit too long, and they couldn't properly, it's barely tightened. Shh. At least it's got the risers installed. Or is it built in? I think they're built in. Did you know that back in the day, like older PC cases, like, you know, the risers that prevent the motherboard from directly touching the back of the case, they didn't have those automatically installed. Like, you had, they included them in a little bag, and then you had to install them. They were usually made out of brass, and you had to like install them yourself because motherboards weren't as standardized. Yeah, the standoffs. Back in the day, the standoffs like didn't come standard. Like, you had to screw them in because motherboards weren't as standardized back then. And so like each motherboard might have different positioning for each standoff. But this case looks modern enough that it's got... Bro, you gotta secure the screws on the motherboard. This stupid bitch was probably like rattling around as you were like gaming. This is like a disaster. Oh my god. The cursing. Yeah. I'm in like home Vesper mode, not professional scholar librarian Vesper mode. And I do curse a little bit more. Okay. Pop out the AIO shield. No, AIO shield's fine. Okay. All right. We removed the there's the backing plate. I'm not going to bother doing that. Let's check the motherboard. Let's check the motherboard. It is a Gigabyte GA-H77N Wi-Fi. Can somebody identify the year of this model? Like, when did this motherboard come out? We're doing a little bit of like like forensic computer scrapping. We're trying to figure out like what 2013, 2009, 2012. Okay, so it looks like the CPU and the motherboard were bought together because they came out around the same time, right? It looks like the CPU and the motherboard were bought around the same time because, you know, yeah. I think maybe just the RAM and the GPU were upgraded later. Which, by the way, did you guys notice that I didn't mention anything about a hard drive or a solid state drive. There is no storage drive like anywhere in this computer. That means they took out the power supply unit and all of the disk storage, right? I was thinking like, what if I could like no, like I would definitely get bonked if I tried this, but I was thinking of like, what if I did a stream where I snooped on their hard drive? What if like I connected their hard drive to my PC and then I started snooping around and checking out their files? Like, I would definitely get bonked if I did that, because it's just, you gotta respect people's privacy, man. You know? It was a thought that I had, but I'm not gonna be able to do it because they took out the hard drive, you know? They took out the hard drive. So I'm guessing they built a new computer. They built a new computer and they took out the storage drives, and they took out the PSU, and they didn't take anything else because there was nothing else worth taking, right? I think they probably had they probably built an ITX build and realized that it was ass. Sorry, like all of you ITX chads, like just get an ATX build. Just get a mid tower. Like just there's pretty much no reason to get like an ITX like mini tower. Like I just don't think it's worth it, because you have like overheating issues, and then there's space issues. You can't get like an Xbox huge like 3080 or like a 2080. You know, like you can't get like an actual based GPU because it's too small. You just can't. Like there's not enough space, right? Like why would you, you know? I don't know. So they probably upgraded to an ATX build. They got like an actual like a pro gamer GPU, right? You know, and then the RAM probably wasn't compatible. They probably got DDR4, right? So there was like nothing that they could take from this build except for the power supply unit and their hard drive full of materials, right? And then they took that, they put it on the new computer, and then they just put this into the trash. And then old Vesper here, when he was still working as a full-time librarian, walked by the dumpster and saw it and was like, I'm gonna take that. And then I took it. What model of case is this? There's nothing. There's no model number. There's nothing on this thing. I don't know what type of case it is. It's an ITX case, and it's sticky. By the way, guys, it's sticky. Is definitely sticky. I don't know what's going on here, but the case is sticky. Ew. Yeah, it's pretty gross. The things that I do for content, I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna drop the case because that's trash. Is there any gold or silver on a liquid cooler? Should I toss the H80i, or is there gold here somewhere that I could like extract? Because there's no PCB on this thing, right? There's a copper plate. Like all good coolers have like a copper plate. Most of them do, right? It's got the copper plate, but I don't think it's got any gold. So I'm gonna toss that into the trash. The fans are all going into. Oh, are these like stock fans? It's got the same logo on it. It's a BitPhoenix. I have literally never heard of BitPhoenix. What is BitPhoenix? That's the brand of the case? Is it a good brand? I've never heard of BitPhoenix, ever. What did Altair say? Altair, what did you say? Make sure to pay the guild tax too. Altair, did you hear my like long-term plan? I want to scrap like 15 or 20 PCs and then extract the gold using like chemical separation. And then I'm gonna take like the little lumps of gold and then mail it to the 3 members of Tempus as like a gift, you know, is like a token of my esteem. So tell me more about BitPhoenix. Is it a good brand? When I buy PC cases, my number 1 PC case is like Lianli. Lianli is like my favorite brand. Number 2 is Corsair. Corsair kind of got shitty like 3 or 4 years ago. Their cases got kind of shitty three or 4 years ago, but they're good again now. Like, they got pretty good again. And then my third favorite is Cooler Master. Cooler Master is my third favorite. Cooler Master was number 2, and then Corsair like bumped up their game, and it got decent, you know? Bro, Antec! Does Antec still make computer cases? When I was a young boy, when I was a young boy, like when I was a lad, Antec was like the #1 PC case. Yeah, like all of my earliest builds were like Antec cases, you know? Cooler Master is a great brand. When I was in my college years, my base case, like the case that I would judge all of their cases against, was the Cooler Master 690. The CM 690 was like, it's like big and heavy, but it was just a good case. It was a really good case. Antec is trash now? No. How the mighty have fallen. Back in early 2000s, maybe even like late 90s, Antec was pretty much the best. Yeah, it sucked for dust. It's because people didn't really understand like how to like set up cases for airflow and how to, you know, yeah. Fractal is pretty good. Fantex is pretty good. Yeah. Anywho. The motherboard I'm keeping, because I can extract gold from it. CPU I'm keeping. The RAM I'm keeping. GPU I'm keeping. I don't need to be gentle with these because, you know, I'm gonna crush them. Antec got ruined by RGBification. Okay. I never really build any of my cases with like internal lighting. They used to do crazy things with water cooling when I was a kid, liquid cooling. I was never really into that, but I do think it's cool. I do think it's cool. Is that possible to like admire something and not want it for your own build? I don't know. I think it's cool. I would just never do it for my own build. You know what it's kind of like? It's kind of like fashion, right? People can appreciate good fashion, like a well-appointed hype beast, right? People can appreciate good fashion, but never wear it for themselves, right? Like, I pretty much dress like a homeless person. Like, but I appreciate people that dress well, right? So that's my opinion of RGB. Like, I can appreciate like a well set up RGB case, but I would never, you know, I have the soul of a homeless man. So I would never do RGB for my like RTX 3080 Ti build. Like, I would just never do RGB just because I have the soul of a homeless man, you know? Okay. I just have no more content for you guys. Like, I stripped this PC like way too quickly. It was a confusing build. See, the thing is, like, if I was disassembling my own build, it would be done in 10 or 15 minutes, and then I would just end stream after 20 minutes, right? Counting the starting soon screen. This was a little bit more challenging because it was an ITX case and it was set up like garbage. But we're done. I think we're good. Thank you for watching, everybody. I might do more of these. It's dependent on me being able to dumpster dive more PCs. I'm gonna make an attempt, okay? Like a raccoon. I'm gonna be diving through dumpsters trying to find more PCs to disassemble. And then I'm gonna disassemble a lot of them. And then, yeah, I'll try hand cam, I'll try ASMR. Like, I'll look into like options to make it more interesting. This one was kind of boring because there was nothing, right? And then I'm gonna disassemble enough of them to extract enough gold to give a little gift to my guild mates because I like them. I think they're neat. I think they're cool. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. What am I doing tomorrow? I think I'm playing a video game. Am I playing Zomboid or West of Loathing? I'm doing my morning stream. I'll do my morning stream. That I can promise you. And then I'm doing gaming in the evening, I believe. Oh, I wanted to talk a little bit about the monetization stream. Did you guys see it on my schedule? It was very cryptic, right? Because monetization is a very long word, and I ran out of space. And then Dez was like, you could just use smaller font. Just decrease the size of the font, and then you can write more information. And I was like, ah, yes. That's a good idea. I'll do that next time. I'll just like fully spoil it for the people that are hanging out with me right now, right? Like, even though I had ISP issues, you guys stuck it out with me and you were listening to me while I was disassembling this dusty piece of crap. I'll just fully spoil it. You guys ever watch Hot Ones? It's a YouTube like interview series, Hot Ones. You guys ever watch that? The most famous one was Gordon Ramsay on Hot Ones, right? And it had like over 100 million views or something crazy like that, right? You can actually buy the hot sauces that they use on that show. You can actually buy them all. They're pretty expensive. I think it was like 130, 140 bucks. So I bought season 18, and it has 10 hot sauces from like basically Tabasco to 2 million Scoville units, right? And I'm going to show how grateful I am to you guys to giving Tempus a shot. Like, I'm gonna eat all 10 of them. I'm gonna buy a 10-piece chicken nugget set from McDonald's, and I'm going to slather each nugget in hot sauce, and I'm going to eat them live. And I swear to you, I will eat all 10. I'm not gonna chicken out at number 7 or 8 or whatever. Like, I will get to all 10. I don't know if I could set up a hand cam for that either. I'm going to do my best to learn the ins and outs, but I would say it's less than a 50% chance I do a hand cam. I'll attend your funeral. Axel, when we meet up in real life, I'm going to force you to build a computer like Mr. Miyagi, and then I'm going to force you to eat hot sauce. I'm going to carry these 10 bottles with me to wherever we meet up, and I'm going to make you eat hot sauce with me. Look forward to that. Look forward to that, my lad, my child. He's silent. I can smell the fear. I smell weakness. I smell the fear. Okay, everybody. Take care and good night. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.